How's it going, everyone? If you enjoy my videos, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time that I upload new and amazing content just like this video. This video is going to be all about Carbondale and Marion, Illinois, and it's the most populated area in southern Illinois outside of Metro East. The Carbondale and Marion area is considered to be its own metropolitan area, and in this video I'll tell you more about the two cities and the southern Illinois region that surrounds it. On the left ahead, you can see a billboard that is advertising the ER wait times for the Union County Hospital, which is a few miles south in Anna, the opposite direction of where I'm heading. I don't feel like that's very common. The reason why that stood out to me is because there have been several hospitals in other small towns in southern Illinois and in southern Missouri that have lost their hospitals due to population loss. There are many people that live in southern Illinois that have to drive 30 minutes or more before they can reach a hospital. There are 1.2 million people that live in southern Illinois, and of that 1.2 million, 700,000 live in the Metro East region, which is the Illinois side of the St. Louis metro area. Subtract that from 1.2 million and you're left with 500,000 people. Of that 500,000 people, there are 120,000 that live in the Carbondale and Marion metropolitan area, which the majority of this video will cover. That means that only 380,000 people make up the very sparsely populated landmass that is rural southern Illinois. We are now in Carbondale, which is known by most people to being the home of Southern Illinois University. The Carbondale and Marion metropolitan area is really Southern Illinois' last hope. These two cities and the surrounding area do offer a sizable amount of jobs compared to the rest of Southern Illinois, and in Carbondale, a large portion of these jobs are offered through the town's hospital and other medical facilities. And of course, the University of Southern Illinois offers quite a bit of jobs as well. Back to the topic of southern Illinois really quick, as the region has been given the name Little Egypt because of the Ohio River and Mississippi River that form the region's southern boundary, and it's reflective of the Nile River Delta in Egypt, as both regions provide fertile farmland. If you want to hear me talk more about southern Illinois and the harsh economic conditions that it faces in the rural areas, go ahead and check out my video that covers rural poverty in southern Illinois. Meanwhile, we are at the campus of Southern Illinois University, or for short, SIU. SIU was established in 1869 and last enrolled 11,695 in the 2019-2020 school year. That's down from a 2017 enrollment of 14,665 and even more in 2015 when it had 16,000 students. Hopefully the school is able to change that trend, as less students means less money for the university, and that eventually would mean less jobs and less money flowing through. SIU's athletic teams are known as the Salukis. A Saluki is known as the Royal Dog of Egypt and the Persian Greyhound, which is reflective of the nickname that has been given to Southern Illinois. From the years 2002 to 2007, SIU appeared in 6 consecutive March Madness tournaments, advancing to the Sweet 16 twice. NBA old-timer and Hall of Famer Walt Frazier played his college hoops here. The other notable athlete that went to SIU is Brandon Jacobs, a 2-time Super Bowl winning running back that played for the New York Giants. Oh, and former NFL linebacker Bart Scott is also a Saluki alum. Make sure to drop a like for that amazing insight. Now let's talk about the city of Carbondale. Actress Laurie Metcalf was born and raised in Carbondale, and I would say is by far the most well-known person that is from here, considering that she's been a voiceover artist for all of the Toy Story movies, and she played a major role in the TV show Big Bang Theory. Carbondale is home to 25,000 residents and has started to see a trend in population loss in recent census counts. Hopefully that doesn't continue. Carbondale is also the county seat of Jackson County, and Jackson County as a whole has been losing population. The median household income of Carbondale is $22,000 a year, but I don't consider that to be a huge telling factor for college towns, as much of that stat is made up by taking data from college students, so it should be that way. The crime rate in Carbondale is slightly above the U.S. average for both property and violent crimes, but it's considered to be a safe place overall. Make sure to drop a like for that amazing insight. median value of an owner-occupied residential unit in Carbondale is $112,000. That's well below the national average, making Carbondale a really affordable place to live. That is, before you consider the state's taxes. Highway 13 is the main connector not only between Carbondale and Marion, but for other cities such as Murfreesboro, Carterville, Crainville, and Heron. It also provides access to I-57 and the popular recreation spot of Crab Orchard Lake. It's basically the only highway in many cases to get you from point A to point B in the region.
Easier to stay here, safe in my familiar. Sometimes it's hard to go. I feel a little nervous, put on a bit of courage. It's time to spread my wings and go. Into the wild, into the wild I go. It's a beautiful venture, leaving the world I've known. I wanna break free, I wanna dive deep into where I've never been. I wanna fly high, off my shoulders. I'm daring and I'm bold. The way ahead is open.
We are now in Williamson County, and unlike Jackson County, Williamson County has been slightly growing every decade. Currently, it's home to 67,000 residents. Make sure to drop a like for that amazing insight.
I spread my wings and go. Into the wild, into the wild I go. It's a beautiful venture, leaving the world I've known. I wanna break free, I wanna dive deep into where I've never been. I wanna fly high,
We are now in Carterville, which is basically a suburb of Carbondale and Marion. Carterville is home to 5,800 people and has a median household income of $51,000 per year.
into the wild, into the wild I go. It's a beautiful venture, leaving the world to know.
And now we are in Crainville, another suburb, and Crainville is home to only 1,400 people.
Is our resolution. Our future selves are free. Your future self will love me. Our future eyes will see. Your future self will love me. Our future selves are free. Your future self will love me. Our future eyes will see. Your future self will love me. Your plans are on display. You got a fail-safe dossier. Are you electric? Are you a skeptic?
And finally, we have reached Marion, home to 17,000 residents and sports a median household income of $42,000 per year. Up to 20% of its residents are living in poverty, and that's actually a low percentage when you compare that to other cities in southern Illinois. Unlike Carbondale, Marion has been slightly growing in population every decade and hasn't seen a population loss since 1930. It's the only sizable city in southern Illinois outside of Metro East that can say that it hasn't been losing population. Make sure to drop a like for that amazing insight.
Our future eyes will see. Your future self will love me. Our future selves are free. Your future self will love me. Our future eyes will see. Your future self will love me. Our future selves are free. Your future self will love me. Our future eyes will see. Your future self will love me.
When compared to Carbondale, Marion is very similar. It's basically the same city minus Southern Illinois University. The crime stats are about the same, which is slightly above the national average. The average owner-occupied residential units are valued around the same, which is $115,000 for Marion, and the public school systems in both towns are performing slightly above average. Make sure to drop a like for that amazing insight. The state of Illinois is no exception to Tornado Alley in the Midwestern United States. It might not see as many tornadoes as Kansas or Oklahoma, but the relatively flat landscape, along with its geography often getting cold fronts from Canada and warm moist air from the Gulf of Mexico, makes ideal conditions for tornadoes. The city of Marion was struck by a tornado in 1982. While it didn't necessarily tear through downtown, it did end up taking 10 people's lives, and there's a memorial up ahead at the Tower Square to remember those 10 lives that were lost. Well, that's about it for this video. If you enjoy my videos, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time that I upload a new video of an area near you. We'll see you next time. Peace.